What's going on, trash cans? Welcome back to another episode with Trash Pumpkin Trading Cards. And today we're going to be doing our show recap and then inventory update. Yes, we did get some new stuff and things, as you can see here. Oh, there's some One Piece down there. What is that doing there? But the way that we're going to do this is we're going to start with our show recap and how it went. So I'm going to switch over to our screen capture and we're going to hit that up. Give me all of your slabs. This is a stick up. Ew, One Piece. Oh my god. So, gonna put some insight into the show itself. Excuse me. Just so this way we get a warm and fuzzy. And then we can do that. Michael would say that. So, for those of you that aren't aware, or what's up, John? Those of you that aren't aware to what had transpired, we were asked prior to the start of the show to actually move our booth position to a different side. So we originally had booked show, and we originally were at K49. As you can see, that's our name and information there. And we were asked to forfeit our spot and to allow bearded dads to show up and keep this spot because it allows his line to filter here. So we ended up moving to the Johto region, and we were actually set up against this wall right here in between the edge of this table and halfway through the metal door. And so we had set up our sign and a shelf behind us, so we were moved over here. Now, as you see, that this area doesn't exist, so we ended up showing up Friday and kind of working with Chris to get the position set up. Now, in the overall status of the show, we had several people that vended in different areas, and so we had, for us, it was a good show. John came to see us, and he brought us coffee, and it was awesome, and we hooked his friend up with a Psyduck. Make sure I say it right, because apparently I say side duck, and it's Psyduck. But we saw him, and he ended up like hanging out with us for the whole day, and then we went to dinner. So overall, it was really cool hanging out with him. But for the overall productivity of the show, for us, it was good. Now, I did talk with other vendors, and they did say that if there wasn't a case for, or if there wasn't a circumstance for getting a large quantity of stuff bought by specific people, that the show was okay. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. I just know that it was raining outside. It was muddy. The parking lot was an absolute slop. So it was really discouraging for people to kind of travel, and it was cold. So with that being said, it wasn't the most conducive environment to travel to a show. Now, for the overall setup and where we're going to be at for the next show, I'm not sure. We are scheduled to do the next show. I'm not allowed to reveal that information yet, as it's not public information, but we are scheduled to do their next show. Now, whether or not we're going to be deemed worthy to be one of these influencer people that get highlighted is a different question. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it is overall for us. Like I said, it was a really good show. Wasn't as good as TCG Fiesta, but we've had substantially worse in the past. If you guys have been around the channel long enough, and you know that, and that was how the show went. We did make some really good big trades. We traded our Rayquaza VMAX. We got some new slabs in. We currently have slabs that are going to be coming back from grading soon and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if the owners of the slab will want me to do a slab reveal on the stream or not. That'll be up to Alex and Samantha. But when they come back, that'll be a conversation that we have with them. And if they want us to reveal their slabs, cool. I will do it for them on Discord. So that would be that. Do you think that Beltway this weekend will be as good as TCG Fiesta? Slab. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Do I think TCG will be as good as TCG Fiesta? So, there's a lot of pressure, I think, on Beltway's show to do well. I don't know. Like, I've been to the spot before, and I know traffic is kind of unique, and so I'm not really sure how that's going to fare with the flow of things. I'm not sure if they've posted the layout or not. They have not posted the layout. So in this layout, like there's a long hallway that you kind of have to like walk up, and the pumpkin emoji. There is like a long hallway you have to walk up. How it's going to do, I'm not sure. I just feel like we're going to be clamoring a lot. The show in the Hilton and Rockville, they did a horrible job of setting up the streamer locations. Well, so I understand trying. What I think they should have done is, in order to spread the love on the influencer aspect of it, with us being an influencer, is having all of the influencers jammed right at the bottom of the stairs when you walked in. Definitely clogged up the entryway, and it was actually forcing people to travel upstairs and go to like the upstairs room, and that's why you had such an influx of people in the upstairs room. But I can definitely see how that would prohibit people from like getting into the show. And then you also had Bearded Dad's line that like was wrapping around and affecting that area as well. I do think that if you had spread the love on the influencer aspect, where like you had us in the front, you could have moved Costello somewhere else, which that's a different conversation for a different time. But he actually was supposed to be upstairs and complained and ended up moving him downstairs. So they did try to do that. I definitely could see them, specifically like certain influencers, complaining about their location. At the end of the day, I was just happy to be at the show and was fortunate that we got the position that we did with our quantity of tables that we had. But at the same time, I do agree that the congestion was there, and that's something that we've expressed to Beltway. They could have, yes. Again, there was expressed concern from Costello and other influencers that they weren't going to get the foot traffic and attention that they quote deserve. So they had asked to move downstairs, and they ended up moving people upstairs, and it was how they set it up. How that's going to be moving forward, I'm not sure. I do know that Fairfax, in my opinion, is going to have some congestion in the front because they put all of their influencers in the front hallway as premier vendors. We are not going to be there. We did not do the entryway hallway. We will actually be by the doorway going into the main room, so you will have space. Michael will be with us as well, so we'll have the whole family back together. Not that Andrew wasn't a great fill-in. Don't get me wrong, Andrew, you were spectacular. But we do we don't want the hallway. So we are gonna be in the main room, or like on the wall of the main room. So that's kind of like our setup for this weekend. Stepchild. The sauna. But yeah, and then we're gonna be at Oranberry on Sunday. I have no idea where we're going to be at on Sunday for Oranberry. They haven't announced table location yet. They haven't said who we're going to be next to. From like I can't speak to everybody. I can tell you that from speaking to other people who have worked with other influencers that they have changed as their popularity has grown. They've become more entitled and less genuine, and that's not the case for like Phil or for Coop. Don't get me wrong. Like they, especially Phil. Phil is the same nice person. You can go up and talk to him. He's an absolute awesome human being. Uh, I can't say the same for Violet City or Costello or Pokedat or any of the other like local influencers in our area. One, I've not worked with them like closely. Two, I've heard from other people that I've worked with them. So at the end of the day, they are who they are. People are going to like certain people. What I believe in is 100, like being yourself and being genuine all of the time. So when we walk away from a show, if you walk up to me in a cookout or Five Guys or wherever we are, you get the same person. We did try to hook one of our viewers up with a free table, and we ran into some issues where the promotion company didn't want to honor our table, and we ended up losing our table and having to not give our table away to a viewer, which I did apologize to him. He understood, and I sent him the screenshots of the interaction. And so what I was trying to do was sponsor his table. It was his first time vending, and I bought the table and I was going to give it to him so he could vend at a local show as a first time as a gift to him. The promotion company didn't want to do that, and so they said if I'm not going to show up, then I forfeit the table. So something that we might consider doing in the future is actually for people that want to try vending, working with a promotion company to potentially get them set up with a donated table who's willing to work with us and donate them a table so they can actually vend. Not with us potentially, but close to us or at the same show as us, whichever kind of like falls in line with what's going on at that time of the event and who it's with and so on and so forth. So, like I said, it is unfortunate, but it's in the past. I can't change the past. We were just trying to do something nice. And at the end of the day, people are, what's up, America? People are who they are. So I'm not going to name the company. I'm not going to badmouth the vendors that run the company. I politely said that I will just no longer do business with them, that I've made my community aware of the situation, certain vendors that I work with, who they are. If people choose to work with them in the future, that's their own prerogative. I don't want people bandwagoning because of what happened to me. I might disagree with something. Other people might agree is what it is. So that's the beautiful thing about being human and having our own versions of opinions. But enough sad shit. Like I said, using lifting straps takes some practice. What are you using lifting straps for? With that being said, those are our two shows. And then we do have our updated schedule for essentially like the rest of the year, which I'm going to pull up for you guys real quick. If you're not familiar with our Discord, the link is in our link tree. If you guys are in the Discord, this information is completely accessible to you. But I did update this as of today. Bent over rows, it's back day. We do have a strong back. I'm just joking. Your back is shit. So we did the Pokeburg. So we're doing Beltway, the very best show with Oranberry. We'll be with Dennis the following weekend, and then Annapolis. Mid-Atlantic. We'll be back in the Town Hall of Westminster. That is true. That is the beautiful thing about us having a saturation of vendors in our area and shows. Really, is that we can pick and choose the shows. So, Brandon, if I am the most middle ground, I drive an hour to every show, whether it's north, south, east, west. I'm in Clinton, Maryland. That's where I'm located at. We are actually booked for Miami, and then this is the rest of the month of March. All but the last weekend in March is booked. We did find out that CSSA has moved their new show to April 4th. It'll still be in Dulles, but it'll be at a different venue location, and that allowed us to open up the 11th for Beltway, the 18th in Easton, they're going back out there. Haven't been there since last year. And then, as you see, we have shows booked out for the most part throughout the rest of this year, with most months weekends taking up at least one to two, not even 3 weeks, even through December. We'll probably look at ending the same time this year that we did last year, like this last year, where we stopped vending like the 21st, depending on how the days fall on the weekend. But this is our most up-to-date schedule. We do have Collecticons listed. That does not mean that we're guaranteed to do them. We still have to get tables and apply and do all the other stuff. So, there's a chance that we can. There is a chance that we can't. But that is the overall goal, is to do those. We are looking forward to working with ECI this year and seeing what their shows put on, as they are, and to date, one of our favorite events that we've done. But without further ado, I'm going to switch over and we're going to look at some new cards that we have. Oh, my chair has seen better days. Need to put some WD-40 on it. All right, so stack of stuff in submission sleeves that we got. We were too lazy to change. So, because of the saturation in vendors, Brandon, I'm being 100% honest with you. Like, Pokeburg sold out in 8 minutes. Every show has wait lists between like 15 to 80 people long. JM's Garage and that whole debacle. Overall, what I always ask, for people that want to start vending is, what is your goal? Like, what would you want to achieve doing it, and to what scale? Like, if it's something you just want to try and have fun with, then enjoy it. Just understand that if you're local to our area, Brandon, we have one of the most toxic vendor groups that anybody has ever seen, and that once you travel out of the Metro DC area, that you realize how toxic they are. Like this weekend on Saturday, they're the people next to us. They're like, "Sir, you need to move your camera. It's in the way." My camera was on top of my bin next to my table, not in their way whatsoever. Like, so don't judge vending on our vendor base. You do have some good vendors. I like to consider myself a good vendor, but some people still don't like me. The same thing with Michael, the same thing with Andrew. So, no, Andrew, I wanted to put them in a metal tin and roll them down a hill. That is what I wanted to do. So, just keep that in mind when you look at shows, and like each, like, the show size matters, sports matter, table costs matter. There's a lot of variables that go into it, in my humble opinion. So, yeah, probably shouldn't yell at somebody. I've come close. It takes a lot of patience. And some of the people that walk up to your table can be rude and insulting. And you just have to laugh, because you can't fix stupid people, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we got this beautiful Japanese alt art tag team, GX. We got a Magikarp. It's a fish. We have a sealed Ashes Pikachu. I choose you, go. Yeah, just unfortunately, like, you can't really yell at people. If there's ever really like an issue with a customer, the ideal situation is you want to like notify the smells fishy. You want to notify whoever the host is, so they can address like the issues with the customer, because they have the power to like kick them out of the show, right? So that's who you want to like route them to. You never want to try to like handle the situation by yourself. And if somebody really like gets on your nerves, um, you can just choose not to do business with them. But you also keep in mind that your clientele is going to change drastically, where you're dealing with kids and you're dealing with people who just start collecting. So you have to really gauge your interactions per person and how you handle them. I forgot we got this. We have a Vaporeon, a Lucario. Forgot we got this too. Jolteon. I need to start remembering the things that we get. Shaman. Well, shit. Ends Plan. I think this was part of the trade that we made for some of our smaller stuff. Rourke from White Flare. Ursaluna from Prismatic. We have a Crobat. This is Andrew's favorite Pokemon. And the Lugia V. Andrew, let's try to press out the bottom of this card because there's a small bend down here. Thank you. Let's see if I can take care of this. Andrew, sell me fucked up cards. Yes. I fixed it, Andrew. Don't worry. Because I'm a gangster. I have a raw and a 10, yes. Andrew's like, wait. I have to blame you for everything. Detective Pikachu. Dialga. Articuno. Very nice. Reshiram. I really forgot that we got any of this stuff. Jirachi. Oh, that's... Yep, I forgot we got all of these sealed Ash's Pikachus that somebody convinced us to get, Andrew. Oh, we have Pikachus for days now. About to get poop ton more. The Pikachu and Zekrom. Does this look clean? I think it's a little top heavy. Yeah. Looks pretty good. This might actually go to PSA. Michael, this one from PSA is like 1,000, right? We have the Latios and Latios tag team. It's a Gengar. Another Ash's Pikachu, because that's what we needed. The Calyrex V. I forgot we got that. The Mega Pidgeot. Gyarados, Holofoil. The M. Rayquaza from Celebrations. The Pikachu Sun and Moon promo. And a Mega Gardevoir. Forgot we got that too. It's like Christmas in a box. We have another Umbreon Star that we don't need. Gengar. Marnie's Morpeko. Zoroark. And a Psyduck. Yay. Okay. Oh, these are One Piece. Oh, we may have missed some Pokemon stuff too. This is all baby shinies. Those aren't new. Yeah. So we have Silver's Rayleigh. We have Ace, Marco, Law, Curie Bentham. We have Galdino, Sanji, Sabo, and Kobe. We didn't get a whole bunch this weekend. We did do trades for slabs, but those are buried away. Come sail away, come sail. Anyways, but that is all of the stuff that we got. And then we have what's it? Nico's Altaria just sitting under our microphone. And slabs are in the suitcase, and I'm too lazy to go get those out. I know you picked up lots of stamped singles. Took them all out of that guy's box. I just don't want to open up the suitcase. The suitcase is large and bulky and cumbersome. The secret rare, the full gold one, yeah, I did. Yeah. A guy collected Gyarados, and he took both the Mega and the Secret. He took both of them. Sorry about that. He has an email. It's from Reddit. I'll get you another one. I'll get another one for you at some point. I'll hook you up. I just think that when you came through, I just didn't make it out. Then we have yeah, I'll get you another one. I'll hook you up. You want it when you care, like, what's your condition ideal for the Mega Gyarados? Oh. Excuse me. Like, you want near mint or LP, or you, as long as it's not MP? PSA 1 to 5 and 7, but I'll grade them myself. Okay, so you want BJ, can I ask you a question? Are you making a PSA 1 to 10 Gyarados set? Is that what we're doing? Please tell me yes. Please tell me yes. Are you doing like a PSA 1 to 10 for the Gyarados? Six, 8, 9, and 10. The audio might have cut out. So we sent in all this stuff. So this is everything that we sent in. Source me a PSA 10. 3 more in a binder. So ideally, would you want to grade them, or would you want to get them? Would you, like, if I found a PSA like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? The grades are being reviewed a second time for accuracy. So these are all the cards we're getting back. These are R5 right down here. Has an unlimited Sabrina's Gengar? That's wild. This is the big one right here. This is ours. 14 cert. That's crazy. What's the price tag on that Sabrina's Gengar in a 10? These are all of our previous orders. Back when we graded a poop ton of One Piece. There's Mama Panda's card. I'm curious. I wonder if it'll tell you new cert tax. The fact that I still wish I had some of this stuff. Oh no, I mean, so the reason I asked that is when certain things like walk up to my table, I won't get them unless people are like actively on the hunt for them. So if I know that you're looking for like a 1 through 5 and a 7, like if a 7 walks up to my table, then I would get the 7 for you, or like the 1 through 5 for you at a reasonable price, and then hook you up on that just because I know who I'm getting it for versus just turning it away. Because a lot of that stuff I just wouldn't take in unless I had a reason to. So, being researched and currently identified on the PSA label. Big order right there. Come sail away. Multi-wave prism. Reminiscing on the old stuff, you know? Slid that bad Larry in there. But yeah, this is... So, out of 65 cards, we have like 44. And then a majority of this is ours as well. So we have multiple thick slab things come back. Okay. Well, at least I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I have a reason to get them, then I will. But if not, then I won't. So I'll just keep my eye out for them, and if I can get them for you, I'll just hit you up or bring them up on stream. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're, or if you're in the live stream or whatever, and you see that I got them. BJ, are you coming out to any? Are you coming out to Fiesta or Fairfax this weekend? Well, I mean, America, to be honest with you, I'm one of the strictest conditioning people on the fucking planet. Michael is like, Michael even tells me I'm too strict sometimes. For your second submission comes before our first. I'm gonna be angry. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, what? So this got to the table. You got to order prep January 12th. So 3 days apart. That's hilarious. Three days apart. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep my eyes out for the Altaria, but you wanna keep it America, you want the Atari as clean as possible. Um, what is the population of the Gyarados, I wonder? Gyarados secret rare PSA 1. That's a 1. Let me see what the population is real quick. I can. How do I do this? I don't know if this is actually going to work, so. It worked, I think. Oh, it did work. Hey, look! Game trade question, BJ. So. PSA 1, population 68. PSA 2, 15. PSA 3, 40. 4, 61. And 5, 212. You're gonna make Michael beat me with a noodle. He's gonna show up with one of them pool noodles and just abuse me on camera. I mean, BJ, like, these prices aren't unreasonable for like a 5. You know what I'm saying? Even a 6, it's not bad. It just gets stupid between a 9 and. Good lord, that's dumb. Yeah, Michael, tell me how you feel. Total auction value 110,000. That's crazy. What's up, TCG dude? 27 bucks. How you been, bro? Long time no see. Andrew, you want him to commit acts of violence against me. That's what you're setting me up for. We're speaking on the current turnaround times for PSA. So for those of you that don't know, there potentially is a hack to get your stuff on the table quicker, which is you submit a value max order and a bulk order together in the same box. So we sent this out January 9th, it's already in grading, and we sent this out January 9th, and it's already in research and ID. To put it into perspective, we sent this out November 12th, and it just now got to the table on the 9th. Yeah, I could do that for you. Yeah, I don't mind doing that at all, BJ. That's easy enough. How hard is it to get a PSA 1 dozen PSA cards back? So, yes. So we actually got a PSA 1 in our last order. And I'll show you guys that. Sports. So we sent in a Latias. Where'd it go? This one. Pop Series 2 Lugia, sorry. So this came back our first PSA 1. Now, what PSA says on a 1 is that it can't have any front damage to the card, right? So, like, there can't be any damage or anything like that. Um, and so now there are cards that are PSA 1s that do have front damage, so I don't know how accurate that statement is, but this is the card that we sent that got a PSA 1. Been all right, pushing through winter, Magic release for Lauren this weekend. You excited for it? I heard the new set is interesting. I am curious to see. I like looking it up like this so you can see like the entire population. So it's Pop Series 2. God, this didn't help me at all. Oh, Pop Series 5 Lugia. Number 2. I'm an idiot. So PSA 10 is 511. PSA 1. Well, that's just not true. We have the Pop 1 PSA 1. Well, yeah, because you're come off vacation and walk into Lab City. Be walking around. Yuck. Michael has this though. There's 12 PSA 10s in the world. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Andrew, do you think we should have like shrunk the order size down so there wasn't like 65 cards in the order? I know you like to do like sets of 20. Andrew. Oh, Andrew. I want my magic card pack. I want this back. Or it has a certain number and everything. These are all Benny's cards. He's grading. I hope this comes back at 10 for his son, Dom. I guess Andrew exited stage left. Unless there's just a really long orders of 20. Bulbasaur. Legendary. Reverse Hollow. Eh, 25. That's just. How did you like BJ, how did you get a 10? Did you like bribe your grader? I think there was just a delay. A little bit, Andrew. PSA 138. There's more PSA 1s than there is PSA 10s. That is just oof. Well, damn. Good shit for you, BJ. But, alright, y'all. We'll be live this weekend. Have around 10 orders of 20 at the moment. That's just foul. Make sure order faster. Don't submit through GameStop, TCG, dude. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to submit, just let us know, and we'll help you out. Do not trust GameStop. I mean, you can't trust GameStop. You're a grown-ass man. You can do what you want. But I personally wouldn't trust GameStop. Would not trust GameStop. But yeah, 20 cards per order does go faster because it's the minimum number of cards to grade and does have a faster turnaround time. That's insanity, BJ. Yeah, because the one person's not just sitting there grading all the cards. Yeah, TC, like Andrew and I grade a whole bunch. If you wanted to not grade through GameStop and you wanted to grade through us, that's fine. We don't upcharge or anything like that. But you can just let us know. But it is time to exit stage left, for it is our time to watch Lucifer with the wife. We'll be live this weekend, like I said, live Saturday and Sunday, both days. We'll go live like 8:45 both days, and do that. But without further ado, much loves everybody. Be easy, don't be too sleazy, and we'll see you guys this Saturday. Of course, TCG, I appreciate you stopping in, bro. It was good seeing you. I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.